Authenticity, a word we hear a lot. And we hear from, oh, you need to be authentic. Yeah, that's the bullshit side of it. That's a part of society that tries to make money of you. What I'm talking about is you being really you, which also means the you without all the wounds, the you with all the wisdom and the knowledge that you gain throughout your life, through the wounds, through the experiences, through everything you've done, good and bad, fun and painful, and being free to just be. And people loving you for that. That is authenticity. That is being yourself. That is the easiest way to be and the most beautiful way to be. People that you see that you're like, oh, they radiate. Not the people who are painted and covered with layers and layers of crap. No. People who just come out of the sea. Generally, when you come out of the sea, there's no makeup left, anything. And they look beautiful. They're radiating. You're like, wow, I want to talk to that person. I want to be with that person. Those are the things you're looking for in your life. That is how you want to be. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can get there, what is needed for that, and why it's really the best way, from my perspective, to go through life. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi Murad, and today I want to talk to you about why it's so important to be authentic. You may have heard a lot about authenticity here, authenticity there, but what it really means is stop acting and try being yourself. Oftentimes we're insecure, we want to make a good impression, we hope that people will appreciate, or we need people to appreciate us because we need something from them. So we try to sell ourselves better than we think we are. This can happen in job interviews, this can happen at first meetings, at dates, one trying to get something from somebody. And increasingly, people can sense that you're doing this. Also, it doesn't work. Yes, it may work to con somebody for a short period of time, but is that really what you want? And no, there is no innocent lie. This is simply portraying yourself differently from who you actually are, which also means you need to keep to pay attention, because at some time, at some moment, you do not pay attention. You may be truly yourself, and oops, now everything seems to be a lie because clearly you lied before. So whatever comes next may be considered a lie. It also is exhausting. Yeah, I will give you two examples of why authenticity works best. I tried dating sites back in the days. I tried talking to girls in bars and stuff. And then you try to be cool when you do these things. But it never worked. Never. What did work was that I was just myself, not even trying to seduce a woman, a girl, depending on my age. And the nicest women would go out with me, would start to date me. Much nicer than those that I tried to catch as fish in a pond. And it was effortless. I didn't try to be different. I was just myself. And it was also possible because I would feel a natural connection. You don't need to know things about somebody to just feel like, hi, this person is cool. And to feel at ease around that person, then you are simply yourself. And if you do not feel at ease around somebody, then that person is not for you. And if you think, yeah, but that person at that level where I want to get, yeah, well, you're not at that level. If you believe there is a level higher than where you are, and that person is already there, but that person on your path, and then you need to try to, like the French say, pet plus to que ton cul, farting higher than your ass is positioned, then no. First of all, people are not at higher levels than you. People are at different levels. And we all change, we grow, we evolve. And second, when it's not your time to be at a certain level, acting at that level will not work. People say fake it until you make it. No, don't. You do not need to share everything, but do not lie. Do not fake. And to be honest, every partner I had throughout my life was the right partner for who I was at that moment. And I can tell you, several of them had quite some men chasing them. But those men just wanted to fuck, or they were not being authentic. I mean, if you only want to fuck, you're not authentic, because then you're not truly yourself. You're truly yourself, you're not looking at somebody to get something from them and then to throw them out as garbage. It's not a fast food meal that you order online. Second example, the job interviews. During my job interviews, I'm honest. I do not try to lie. I do not try to exaggerate things. I'm just myself. And in one job interview, they asked me what were some of my qualities and what were my weaknesses. So I named two things, and one of them was I'm lazy by nature. But that is why I set up everything in the most efficient possible way so that when I'm gone, nobody needs to bother me on my day off because things are running. And I have less work to do the standard stuff, and then I have time to focus on the unusual stuff. HR was shocked, and the hiring manager was like, welcome to the team. I like this. And so I started using that. I started saying it in every job interview. And smart managers, they're like, oh yeah, I like that. Why waste energy and time on something that can be done more efficiently? Free your time to put your focus where it's actually required. It's basically like now IE is being used for, or AI is being used for a lot of stuff that is repetitive, that doesn't really need somebody to look at it, or just needs somebody to check at the end if everything is correctly done. And that is, I believe, the way AI should be used, not to just replace people, because who will check the AI? I use AI myself, and I've been using it for several years now, and the number of mistakes AI makes is incredible. I mean, sometimes you're really wondering, like, how can a computer be so stupid? This is so simple. How can it not do what I'm asking? And then companies decide to throw out people and replace them with AI. Yeah, we're going to save money. Yeah, that's just greed and stupidity. But okay, these companies will, I mean, you get what you pay for. So these are just two simple examples. The same, by the way, if you're at a networking event. You may or may not be selling something yourself or your services. You may just be interested in getting to know new people and learning from them, learning from their experiences, what they have to share. But you're also there to share your experiences, your views on things. And again, it's the easiest to just not to have to think. And those who have been watching me for a while know that I often talk about stop thinking and start feeling and start doing. Go from here to here. And yes, for that, you need to start to trust that the messages you get in here are true. And I had to learn that. And when I started working on it, I realized that my intuition had always been there, always had been giving me those signs, but I was not listening in most of the cases, except for judging people at first sight. And that was 9 out of 10. My intuition was correct. So I was trusting that. But aside from that, I was a lot of here. But once I started to go here, my life became easier. I was less tired, less stressed, making less mistakes. Things were actually going much better in my life in general because of synchronicity. Hey, you may have heard that one before, or you may have come across it. Yes, because your soul can guide you. Your soul knows what's around the corner. So it will tell you to slow down or to speed up or to just wait for a moment or whatever, to go, to not to go. So, and if that is difficult for you, well, I had help to get there. I've had a lot of help in my life. I've had amazing people on my path helping me in many areas of my life, professionally mainly, and on the personal development side. And that's one of the reasons also I became a coach. I decided to help other people to pay forward what I've got from people to pay it forward to other people. Because the changes that happened in my life, I wish that for everyone. Because it makes you a better person. So even the bad people in your life, you can wish them to to grow, to grow more here. Because then they will change. They will be less of a pain in the butt. Because they will have healed their wounds. So there is less acting out of pain. There's less reactiveness, less fight or flight. And I can teach you that. I can help you with that. And one of the first things I can do for you is channeling your soul and have your soul give you a few answers to questions you have been sitting with for a while. I can connect with your soul. You ask the questions and then I speak the answers for you. And then I can also teach you how to go deeper inwards with simple tools, simple steps. Every day you can practice them. You can do them wherever you are. And from there, being able to hear your soul speaking to you, because your soul has been speaking to you since you were born. At a certain moment, you stopped listening. You stopped hearing it because your mind got in the way. Society got in the way, taught you how to be and what not to do and whatever. Maybe you remember during your youth, you were much more in here. But then something happened. People told you certain things. Well, you can be as innocent as that little child again. And that doesn't make you weak, that makes you actually stronger. you will not be hurt anymore like you were. Because now you're becoming aware. The fact that you're still watching this video, you're still listening to my voice, you are more aware. So what happened to you back then will not happen again. At a certain moment, people will also not even try to do these things to you anymore. I used to have a lot of crappy people on my path who are giving me a lot of shit. But that's gone. I do not attract them anymore because I learned my lessons. I learned to stand up for myself, to set my boundaries, and to guard my boundaries, to enforce them. And so those people, yeah, there's no fun for them anymore to come to me. So they go to other people. But those people didn't learn the lessons yet, so. And eventually everyone will have learned this lesson and those people stop doing it because, yeah, they're done. The job is done. So if any of this is resonating with you, contact me. Let me help you. Let me teach you from my experiences and the experience of the people I already worked with and the experience of the people who taught me their experiences. And then you will find your unique way to do things. I don't ask you to copy me. I'm not telling you, yeah, do exactly what I did and then no. I will teach you different ways of doing different things. And then you will choose what works for you. That makes it easy. It makes it, how do you say, more natural. And basically, you're going to be just yourself. So there will be much less resistance towards doing things. More like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I need to practice that. No. You're like, yeah, gonna do that. Actually, it's fun. I feel so much better when I do it or afterwards. Contact me. Let me help you. Have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and share.